Hello, welcome to everyone to this session of tutorial by Joel, and greeting you all. And I'm really happy to be here with you tonight to talk about this this topic. And that was coming from our discussion from last Thursday, where we're talking about how to control the messaging. How do you control what message comes from your brand, comes from your company? But before we dive into the topic, tonight's topic, let me first acknowledge our partners, those organizations that supporting us through their support, like moral support, financial support, working with them. I will say Dahlia Show, list here above, Mountain of Inspiration, which probably is going to join us tonight as well, Adam Music, DLM Design, Shadowware, and of course our own company, Amen Productions Canada. Welcome to this show, and let me welcome those of you who are already in the chat and greeting us. Hey, this gal, welcome to this tutorial by Joel. Welcome. Hello, Dahlia MTV. Thanks for joining us. I'm really happy to see this gal watching tonight. This gal, by the way, is my daughter channel, and she has some wonderful videos that I will invite you to check them out on a YouTube channel. It's called Disc Gal, as you can see, and it's probably easy to find because not so many YouTube channels have the same name. Okay, so let me see here if I can share that screen. Okay, not now, maybe at a later time. All right, so the topic tonight is really around YouTube subscribers or YouTube community for your channel, for your brand. And that is that question came from the discussion we had last week. For those of you who didn't watch it, I will ask you to take some time and watch. And as of course, like usual, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to let us know, share them with us, put them in the description so that we can answer them and give you more perspective on what we are saying. So YouTube subscribers versus YouTube community. The temptation is right there. And why I'm saying this is because most people, especially people coming from the Facebook or the Facebook group of companies, I'm talking about Facebook and Instagram, the way you get people following you on those two platforms makes it a daunting task. It makes it a not so easy experience or task for anyone trying to build that in YouTube, on the YouTube platform. But it's not without, whatever reluctance or whatever reason why people are not jumping into this new realm of this new way, this different way of doing things. Not new because it was there before Facebook, but this new way of doing things, it makes sense because humanly speaking, we used to the comfort. So whatever we used to, we tend to stick on it. Whatever we used to, whatever we're comfortable in, we prefer to stay in. Okay, even if we don't get the result, even if it's not taking us to the level that we want to be. Remember the vision, we spoke about it. For those of you who listen to French, last Tuesday we had a show, we had one discussion around how to materialize your vision. And bringing that topic here, it's when you know your vision, it only makes sense for you to move towards the platform, the tools, the equipment that will take you to the next level. It's fine, yes, to let ourselves be led by the comfort, and the comfort. But as we all know, especially all the preachers, all the business women and businessmen, all the entrepreneurs, all the content creators, we all know the worst enemy that can destroy us, that can destroy our vision. It's really the comfort zone. As long as you stay in your comfort zone, you may never experience the greatness that you've been called to. As long as you stay in those places where you get accolades, sometimes for doing nothing, just for putting something out, and inside of yourself it's not the best, but people will just come and say yes, nice, give you a round of applause and all that. As long as you stay in that area, in that level, we know, I mean, not everybody, but most people know, and especially those of you who are preachers, those of you who are businesswomen and businessmen, entrepreneurs and content creators, you know that comfort can destroy you. Comfort can extinguish the fire that's in you. Comfort can dry you out. You can lose inspiration. You can lose direction because you're not trying. You may lose even purpose. Because you are no longer in that position where you are hungry to go and get something because you're comfortable. And that's why it's really important for us to have this discussion around building a YouTube or any platform, subscribers or followers, or building a community. Yes, it's comforting to have a set of people. When you have 5,000 friends on Facebook, when you have 10,000 followers on your YouTube page, it touches our ego. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel valued. But the experience and what we've seen in the media, in the social media, is most of the time those followers will switch interest, will go somewhere else. I don't know about you, but I know that I subscribe to some YouTube channels. I like some Facebook pages. I'm following some people on Instagram. But reality is, I haven't really commented on their posts, on whatever they posted in the last 2 or 3 months. So what am I really bringing to them? What value am I bringing to them? Yes, if for you having 10,000 followers or 15,000 or 100K followers is good and you like it, it makes you feel good, it helps you, it drives you to move forward, to do more in the area of your calling, which is it could be your ministry, it could be your business, it could be your just social presence as a social influencer. If that's fine for you, good. I cannot blame you. I'll say fine. But the reality is, what does it really bring to you? Because at some point we need to evaluate, we need to self-evaluate what we've been doing. We need to self-evaluate. I started this channel in such date back in 2010 or 2012. How have I moved or grown? How much can I say that I've grown in whatever I'm doing? How much? Did I really grow? Or was I just stagnant? But if I grew, at what pace, what percentage? Okay. So what is the goal that I'm going after? What am I trying to achieve? Is it just having numbers to show off and say, I have 100K followers or 1 million followers? I'm talking about mostly preachers and business people. What good is it if you have 1 million followers and yet those 1 million followers do not connect when you do a live? What good is it? Let me welcome Mountain of Inspiration.
Good evening, sir.
How are you today?
Very good, thank you. Thanks for the invitation.
You're welcome. Okay, so let me put it this way so that we have. No, I don't want to do this. Let me do it this way.
Oh, why do I look brighter tonight?
Your light is brighter, and mine is probably not properly positioned. That's why.
Okay.
Okay. So if you, okay, this is live, but let me just pause for a quick second and adjust the light.
Okay.
It's not that's great, but it's fine. So let's carry on. Like I was saying, I really thank you for joining me tonight once again. And for those of you who don't know him, is Mountain of Inspiration, as the name say on his tag, is also a great supporter of this channel, Joel Element TV, and he's been with us for a very, very long time. Okay, and if you have not subscribed yet to his page, I'll advise you, go check him out on his YouTube channel. He has daily motivations and really, really powerful and really inspired and timely motivation. You will not believe it. I'm telling you. You sometimes you don't know what you say. You think that you're talking just to talk, but in fact you are building people back up in what you're saying some days. So like I was saying earlier, and I'm really glad, let me check quickly if I have people watching from my personal profile
on Facebook.
So I can get their comment, because last time there were some people on the profile, but I didn't get to comment until the end. But anyway, it's not really me. It's not the Melon app, but it is our Facebook is changing the rules in terms of privacy and all that. So it does not help. Yeah. So like I was saying, it's really understanding that as mostly for preachers and business people. It's good. Yes, it can make you feel good to have all these followers, to have all these subscribers. But if those subscribers cannot come and support you when you need it the most, it could be a problem. It could be a problem. And that's why, we really need to assess not only the vision that we have, the goals, but what are we trying to achieve at the end of the day? Yes, maybe for you, it doesn't matter. Maybe for you, in your case, it's fine to stay or to grow at that pace where you're going? Yes, it could be fine. And as a matter of fact, there is no, specific pace that you're growing, but you will know that you're getting somewhere, but based on the response and based on the comment, based on the support you're also getting.
Yes.
And that's where I really, when we're talking about controlling the messaging last week, and that's where it came to my mind that we need to understand that depending on who we have, followers, subscribers, or community, tomorrow we may have the greatest number of enemies, depending on where we are. Why? And we were talking about it, I believe, with somebody else. And it was funny that I was talking about it with somebody, and a couple hours later, watching another YouTube influencer talking about it, the same thing, saying like, subscribers on YouTube, they're fine. Why? Because they help you achieve a certain status on YouTube, and it also helps you get monetization, get some privileges, some perks, pertaining to the number of subscribers and watch time they give you. It gets to that. But the challenge and the danger becomes when the day you say or do something that is contrary or perceived to be contrary to what those people believe or want to see, those same subscribers can become your worst nightmare. Because for one of the things they may do, they may not support you. They may just realize, okay, Joel did this, so we don't like it. Okay, bye-bye. And then they start making videos and saying, cancel him out, cancel your subscription, block him, all these kind of things. And that is coming from subscribers, it's coming from followers, because they followed you for saying one day something that tickled them, something that pleased them. And the day you say something that, ruffles them, and they're like, no. We don't like that. We don't like what you're saying. And those are the first people to drop you. They become the first people to drop you. And they become the ones that be bad-mouthing you, your business, your ministry, all over the place. Because they were not really part of your community. Now, the difference is, what is a community? A community. Okay? What is a community in this world that we're living now, in the digital world that we're living now? Okay? We all know followers, we all know subscribers, but there is something else that, I can say it's been growing, and some people, some YouTubers, they've already experienced that. They getting their own group of followers or subscribers that really set themselves apart. That is the community. The community doesn't just come to your live and stay quiet. The community does not come to watch your videos, your content, and stay quiet or ignore it. The community is really there to support you. The community is really there to say, you're doing well, keep it up. You missed the point, maybe on this one. But there's Satan in a way that you understand and you feel it, or you may have to reach out to them and inquire about what they try to say to the comments, which you would not be able to do with a subscriber or followers. Because chances are, as soon as you try to do that with a subscriber or followers, they may just, maybe record it or start using it against you. They'll probably start to badmouth you even more, and at the end of the day, you don't really want that. The other thing too, as a community, the community understand what you are going through, what you're delivering, if it's content, and why you're delivering the content. Because they understand that beyond your content, there is a product. They understand that beyond your content, there is a service. They understand that beyond your content, there is more. And the community doesn't just say on what people see, but the community will support you even further. They'll buy your product. They'll buy your services. They'll buy your coffee, because they understand that what you are doing requires some financial, investment. They understand that. They don't just watch and, enjoy themselves, being entertained, and that's it, or inspired and learn, and then that's it. No, the community would just, they'll go beyond that. They'll go even further. They'll support you in many ways. They'll make sure that they can watch your videos and replay them ad nauseum until really, they get tired, just as a way to support you. And they will make sure that they share your video, because right now, subscribers will only share your videos, and most cases, if it's benefit them personally first, or if you say something that is out of place and they would like to make fun of you. That's how most people share. As a matter of fact, just check on your most WhatsApp groups. How many times people have shared a motivational video? How many times people have done that? How many times people have shared an instructional video, a tutorial video on WhatsApp groups, for example? Just use that. Very few of them. But you look at most of the content that are being shared with you on those platforms, it's either funny ones, either out of place. I don't want to, put names, but you just like, what are those people thinking? And you just, but at the same time, those people, they do it because they're probably stressed. And it's a way for them to decompress, to de-stress. I mean, they have their own right. And yes, we can agree. And, depending on the groups, some groups allow those kind of things. Some will tell you, no, we don't share this kind of topics, and et cetera, et cetera. But for those places where there's no limitation, no restrictions, you see all kind of content. But a member of your community, they'll be the first one to share your video, and sometimes regardless of the content and regardless of the group where they are. That is the difference. That is how you get, the best, the greatest support.
Yes, totally agree.
Because yes, you can have, someone asked me, and remember we talked about it, and about how the Facebook algorithms, how they judge your content based on the number of response from your friends. That's a reality. You have 5,000 friends, but you post something on your profile, not even 10 friends click on like or make a comment on it. So Tell me, what is the purpose of that? What's the benefit? What's the benefit? Yes, you have 10,000 followers on your page, on your YouTube page, or 1,000, or whatever number, but you're not getting not even 10% of those people to react on what you're doing. I'm not saying this to discourage you and say, you better stop doing that or rethink, but it just to tell you, to bring to your attention, putting perspectives in those two categories of people, the community and the followers and subscribers.
Yes.
They have different goals and objectives on your platform, different ones. Because some decided to follow you just because, they were asked. Some decided to follow you because they watched something one day and they kind of liked it and then decide, okay, maybe I'll follow or I'll subscribe. And some just subscribe to say, to support him, to support her. Let me just subscribe by pity. So they just did that. And some because they say, if I subscribe to this person channel, it'll bring me good karma and other people will come and subscribe. It's all calculations.
Yeah.
But the community, the member of the community, those are the people who will make the difference. Because you'll see that the member of the communities, of your community, they will always come and leave a comment. Why? Because they took time. They took the time to listen,
yes,
to understand what you're saying, and they also gonna give you a response, like a feedback, and how your message has impacted them. That's a community. And that's how we grow. And because they understand that you are part of the community, they're part of your community, they need to help you grow as well. A member someone who's not part of your community would not have your best interest in the mind.
Zero interest.
Zero interest. You grow, you don't grow, it's not a problem. All they care about is being entertained, if that's what they're after, being entertained, or coming and just use that as an excuse, or use whatever you're creating and go and talk about it with other people and say, look at these people, who they think they are. And without you knowing, you have some people taking videos of yours, screenshooting your videos and commenting on that, sharing them somewhere, which is somehow, some way, a way to give you publicity, but that's not how a community behave.
No.
You see? And that's why it is really important for everyone, preachers and business people. I say, especially for business people, and that is why one of the things I always ask, and when I work as a consultant for business people, I always set up goals for them. I tell them, you need to set up goals. You need to set up specific goals. I am not going to pay you to be on your YouTube show on your Facebook Live, and you ask me to pay you if I'm not going to get a certain result. Now, for some people, all they want is to be seen, which, depending on what you do, it could be fine. But when you're a business person, and knowing that your time is valuable. Your time costs money. Whatever you do need to produce money. Why would you pay to be on somebody's show and not get the benefit?
Return on investment.
Exact. Why would I pay to be on Mountain of Inspiration show and not get business contract? Because if all it matters for me is just to be seen, I can take my camera and shoot myself and start publishing videos all the time. But I want, instead, when I'm a businessman, when I put myself in a business mind person, I'm saying if I'm going to be on that show, I need to be able to first generate at least one contract, at least in my business, in my line of business. I need to have at least one person contact me within the next week to inquire about my services. That's how I look at it. Are you going to give me that kind of visibility? And that's a question I ask if I'm asked to pay money. Are you going to give me that kind of visibility? If the host cannot guarantee that, I'm just going to decline. Why? Because it's an indication that the person doesn't have a community. He probably has 1,000 followers, but doesn't have a community. Because when you have a community, you start knowing the people and their abilities and what they can do. That's a community. You know, we go on different live sessions, and we, as a matter of fact, we built connections out of the live that we watch together. That is a community.
Yes.
We are now talking with people that we met online, watching somebody else's live, and we talking offline, talking about business, talking about life, talking about other things. That is a community. Because we come to know each other and we come to understand that he needs help or he needs these kind of things. Let me do it. Let me help him. Let me help her grow. Subscribers will not do it unless they knew each other before coming to your platform or your channel. They will not do much. They just come. Is it good today? How was the light? No, I didn't like the light today. I didn't like the way you had the camera. No, not too bad. I'm not interested. Not tonight. Pass. What is the topic? He's talking about this. I don't like it. Why is he going there? He's supposed to talk about equipment. He's supposed to talk about this. So why is he now taking into this? No, I'm not liking it today. I go. But a community person will watch and try to understand.
Absolutely.
You see, even after the live, a member of the community will take time to watch from the beginning till the end, just to build themselves up and say, yes, maybe it will, I mean, the host was not inspired, and I start talking about all these things, but what kind of feedback can I give him? Because I know he's capable, he can do better. What kind of feedback can I give him to make himself look better next time? That's how a community goes. Viewership, followers, subscribers, like I say, they will come and they'll go, because what they want is one thing, and if they get it, fine, they'll stay. If they don't, they'll move. They'll just move to the next channel. And especially on platforms like Facebook, the way it's built, it's meant for people, you know, moving from one video to another one.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, which is really
no time
sad.
to engage.
No time to engage. And not only that, you know that if you watch You go on somebody's page, okay, a business page.
Mhm.
You go under their videos. You know, on YouTube, it's a way to tell YouTube that I would like to watch, let's say, like they have a selection. They can say, you want to play
Playlist.
all in that playlist.
Mhm.
Facebook doesn't give you that. Because
Oh, really?
Facebook
Facebook, you go from one person to another person's content?
automatically it jumps from whoever content you were watching to the next one that Facebook thinks that it's right for you.
And there's no way to stop that?
No, you basically have to put stop and then go back to that page and pick the next video that you want to watch.
Oh. Mm.
You see, basically it's, and then how do you get people really to engage with you? That becomes a challenge. I mean, yes, you get the 1,000 followers because it's easy to get 1,000 followers, to get all these people to follow you on Facebook, because again, it's open in a way that you see who's subscribing or who's decided to like your page. You can see, so you can see that you send a request to Mountain of Inspiration, you send a request to Dollar MTV. So if they don't respond, you'll be able to tell.
Mhm.
But on YouTube, unless you know
Mhm.
I mean, they subscribe and you get a notification right away. If it's one subscriber at a time, like uh, yesterday, my cousin Ned subscribed to my channel. I got a notification, and I thank you for that. But I thank her for that. But if you get, let's say, a great number of subscribers the same day, and you don't check your dashboard within 24 hours, that information is gone. So you don't know who subscribed. It stays there, I believe, for 24 or 48 hours in the dashboard, in the studio. And then after that, it goes into the list of all subscribers, and you will not be able to see that. But what you can get is really the community, those people coming back again and again on your channel, commenting, leaving a comment, leaving suggestions, leaving advices.
Yes.
Those are the one that you should watch after.
Mhm.
Those are the one you should cherish. You should go after. You should decide, okay, those people are coming on a regular basis. Let me make sure that I provide them the type of content
Mhm.
they're after. Not, not departing from your vision, but okay, that's my vision, but they like it. So what do they like the most?
Mhm. Mhm.
Kind of gauge that and get it and expand on it. That would probably help you building the brand, because remember, at the end of the day, it's about building the brand.
Yes.
It's about establishing the brand.
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
and like I say on Tuesday, you know it's about leaving a legacy.
Mm.
It And we all know some brands were, when they were not famous when the creator was alive. They were
Yes.
they were known in a small circle of people, but it's only after that they become really known all over the world. It took time. It took time. You know, there are a lot of brands. If you research clothing, you go in other place, you'll see that music, painters,
Mm.
there are a lot of
Van
them.
Gogh. Mm.
When they were alive, nobody paid attention to them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Nobody looked at what they were doing. Nobody cared. And said, "Oh, that's a crazy guy.
Mm.
He lost his mind.
Mhm.
Look at what he's doing. He must be crazy." Yeah, look at that one. He's dreaming and he goes, he paints the whole ceiling. Who's gonna put the heads above what? Yes. But today, when people look at the 16 chapel, people are like, oh, what's an amazing thing. So it's again understanding the goal, that I mean your vision, executing it, having the strategy to build it, and that strategy, it's having a community, a group of people that can help you take your business, take your ministry to the next level. And that is why I often advise preachers to come out of the comfort zone. The comfort zone of doing the one-way discussion, the one-way presentation. Coming out of that and expanding, and at the end of the day, it's what we say all the time: inspiring people, informing people, and teaching, which is demonstrating how whatever you do is done. And that's how you can, it's really coming out of the comfort zone, because the comfort zone is also when you walk in the same path that most people have walked in. Oh, he started like this, let me also start like this. No, not everybody is called to start the same way.
No.
And not every single idea or product or project, it can take the same way, the same path to grow. No. It's not because everybody's doing it on Facebook that you have to do it on Facebook. It's not because everybody's doing it in Instagram that you have to go in Instagram. It's not because everybody's going YouTube that you have to go YouTube. You need to find that place. But you need to understand what is the impact and what is the return on investment. You are a preacher. How many people have come to know Christ because of your message? Beside all the likes, beside all the people that they come and flood your live on Facebook, on Instagram. How many people have bought your product and services after that? Because if I'm doing this and by the end of the month I have zero business, zero consulting business, zero nobody approaches me to find out about how I can help them, that means that I need to rethink my strategy. And I'm doing something not right. So I need to rethink and adjust myself. That's how you should think. So what's the point of preaching every single week and streaming all of that, and yet not getting a chance to get a feedback from the people and say, you know what, your message has really blessed me. Your message has really helped me to reconsider my ways with my God. Your message has really helped me to think outside of the box.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you need to self-evaluate your content somehow, some way. I shared your video, the one that I was 2 days ago. I got people from my co-workers sending me messages about it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Why? Because that's how we have to do it. Because understanding that this message is great, but providing feedback, saying, you know what, thank you for sharing this. Ask yourself, you share content and then people are not even thanking you for sharing the content. Ask yourself, am I sharing the right thing? Maybe it's yes. Unfortunately, some groups they will not be. No, I mean, it's the way they are. But getting that kind of feedback, because yes, people can watch. It makes me feel good that I did. I created a content and people watch it. Yes, it's good. But have I impacted somebody's? That's what matters the most. That's what really, to me, that's what matters the most. For somebody to watch my video and say, you helped me understand this. You helped me open my eyes and see beyond what I was doing. That's what matters the most. If they can come back to say it, I'll appreciate it. I will love it. If they don't, but they are impacted wherever they are, that's what matters the most. And if they can come back and say, I would like to hire you for to help me build my church system, my video system, and all of that, that will be even a bonus. To me, it would be yes, and now a perfect outcome, a perfect return on my investment on what I'm doing. But we need to set up those goals from the beginning and make them known to the people that we're dealing with, to the community, and for all of the people watching or those who will be watching. And thank you, Brother Dinanga Kizito. I see that he stopped by. We need to really acknowledge those things and say, yeah, it's fine to have followers. Yes, it's fine to have subscribers. But let's build communities out of those subscribers.
Yes.
Let's build communities, and let's have discussions. And some days we may have to, like we did it once, open this floor and having people coming and chatting and reaching out to people and say, hey, we would like you to come and talk to us, talk, and let's just chat. Those kind of those collaborations. It's how you can also build a community. Yeah. So that's what I had in mind today, really pointing out those two types of people, types of digital people in the digital world, and understanding how one category can help you grow and how the other one can just passive. They're just passive. Because the other thing is not only, yes, having 1 million subscribers, but if those million subscribers are not watching what you're doing, yes, you probably have 10,000, which is good, but I'm giving you just a scale, million, 10,000, like 1% of what you're doing. You have to, really ask yourself, and don't be afraid to sometimes ask yourself and ask the people, hey, you people watching, tell me, give me your feedback, tell me, put your comment. What would you like to see more from this tutorial? What kind of things you would like to see? Do you want to see more product? Do you want us to go back in more techniques? Yes, we can. But you tell us, what are your challenges for me to create a content over that? I'm giving you example, and that's why I'm asking it, because I want to help you. And if you know preachers, if you know business people, if you know content creator, and then you see them struggle, tell them, reach out to this guy, go and watch these videos. He did this video on this topic, go and watch it. And maybe if you liked something from all my previous videos, my previous live, and you think that I can make extract a portion of that video out of that hour-long video, yeah, let me know. Let me know. You can let me know, and I'll be glad to do it. I'll be glad to pull it out and say, let's pull a 2 or 3 minute video out of what we said today and use it like a teaser for people to see what we think and what we are suggesting to preachers, business people, and content creators. It's really your feedback getting us. But if you decide not, or you're still thinking, you're still shy, well, we have a lot of things to talk about, and we have a lot of content. We have a lot of things that we can discuss. And I know, for example, we need to talk about securing your data on your computer, on your hard drive, external hard drive, those kind of things. How do you protect yourself? Those are things we need to talk about. And don't think that topics will run out of topics. No, because the digital world, the way it's evolving, the way it's going, there's still something to learn. As a matter of fact, I learn every single day. I take at least an hour or two just to go through different videos, different creators, and I'll go, let's say, on one topic. Okay, why is it important to have such characteristics on your camera? Those are the things that I spend time learning. Okay, so what is the new trend? What is a new way of even streaming new equipment? We can probably talk about it, because doing some research for one customer last week, I realized that some of the stuff that I wrote back in 2020, 1 year later, and as a matter of fact, it was May 2020 that I put that together. May 2021, I realized some of them were outdated. Outdated in a way that
in less than a year.
Less than a year.
Just 1 year. Wow.
Yes. And there were new players, the new manufacturers of those hardware, a new software that came, that they're doing things cheaper, not cheaper, but cost less money than some of the solution that we had last year. And I realized that, yes, a couple of years ago, we were focusing, for example, more on a certain type of hardware. And now there are certain hardware that can do the job that we had, that was done by two or two different hardware. Now it's done by one. And that isn't just in the streaming. How do I know that? It's just because, I decided to do some research. And the way I usually go, it's go through the sellers, go through Amazon, because if I know a brand name, I can go on Amazon, and then Amazon will always give me alternatives. And then from there, I start checking them. And then I take those names and I go on YouTube, see what has been said about that product. See how other people have used it. What are challenges? What are the reviews and all that? And then it gives me a perspective on recommendation that I can suggest to a preacher, a business person, and say, based on what I've seen and based on your budget, this is probably the best solution long-term for you. In a short term, you may go this way, but in long term, it will be a good investment because you can keep it for, let's say, 5-6 years. You see, but it takes for me to spend that time going all those different places and understanding and comparing and watching reviews, and researching even out of those YouTubes, because again, don't forget, as soon as YouTube, Google algorithm seems that you are focusing on a certain brand, they'll kind of try to narrow your field of research. So you need to sometimes, I have different tricks that I use. That's why I have a couple of different profiles on YouTube, on Google, to allow me some of the recommendations that they give me on certain profiles, I accept, and on other profiles, I reject. What it does, it allows me to, when I'm using this profile, they know that I don't like these things, they will not suggest it to me.
Okay.
When I'm
Okay.
under this profile, they'll suggest me all these things.
Okay.
And, because there are so many videos on YouTube, if you just keep on digging, you keep on scrubbing, you'll uncover things that you never thought they were available. So it's a matter of just taking the time and understanding how to play the system, to play the computers, and feed them this on this side, and on that side you feed them other things, and then you start recouping. Because I can tell you, I have one profile. What they tell me about Congolese politics, because I'm from Congo, I don't see that on the other profile. And that is just YouTube. Yes, they may see the same IP, but they understand that these two profiles, different people, different interests. And I get different result, different views, and different perspective. And that's how I can go and research and do things and find what I just said a couple of minutes ago. Things that used to be done with 2 or 3 different hardware pieces, now you can do them with one piece. And sometimes
1 year.
Yeah, within 1 year. But within 1 year of my knowledge, because
Yes.
some of them, they've been around for 2 or 3 years, but they did not get the same visibility as the most known brands. But because some people are thinking like me and say, okay, I cannot afford a $300 or $500 microphone, but those are the specs that I'm after. Which other brand can provide me specs close to that microphone? Then you start getting other results. And then the more you get them, and because you're researching under one profile, then Google realizes that you are searching for those kind of things, and then they start pushing more. They start pushing more of those things that you are looking after, you're looking for. They start giving you, okay, is that what you're looking for? You watch it, then they suggest something else. Okay. And then something else. And then I discovered some channels that they talk about things. They've been around for years, but I did not know anything about them. So, and that is where we can build those community, and understanding that a community will help us. And as a content creator, as a preacher, as business people, we need community.
Absolutely.
And communities are really the ones that sit, watch, and comment and support you. And like we say, if you watching, you like what you is doing here, and you like us to do, we get into another level of product reviews or software reviews. It costs money. and we can take the risk. We can do that. If you support us some way, somehow, we can maybe use some of the funds and say, okay, with those funds, let me buy this piece of hardware and do a review on it and tell you my honest feedback if it'll work for you or what you should watch for. But it comes when you understand what we can do as a part of a community, as a member of the community. All right, so we've been talking for an hour, and I know that your premiere will be going on soon at 8 p.m. Eh?
Yes, as always. Thank you.
Yeah, so at 8 p.m., all of you, if you can, go to Mountain of Inspiration YouTube channel. You'll have one video ready for us to watch, one motivation for us to watch and listen, and hopefully that will inspire, that will revolutionize the way we think and the way we look at certain situation, circumstances, because sometimes it's just a matter of perspective. It's just a matter of perspective.
Yes.
You think that you're the only one, and when you listen that, you listen the story of Ayrton Senna, you listen the story of Einstein, you listen to the story of those people who lived before us, you realize that if they could have gone through all these things and realize all these great things, then I can probably do it as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you for your support.
You're welcome. Anytime. So we'll see you again. Be in a couple of minutes on Mountain of Inspiration, and next week, Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. So those are the 3 days that we are live on this channel. Please subscribe, like, comment, share this message, especially to those for the preachers of the gospel, any preachers, whoever preaches a message, share this with them. Share it with all the business people, the entrepreneurs. Share it with all the content creators. They are probably at a level where my advice, whatever I'm saying here, can help them. Some of them, they are probably far, they're really far, they gone too far, but some are still in the position where they need to listen to this message.
Absolutely.
So share with them, and you will help us, you will help them as well, and it will be a big, huge, nice community. All right. Thank you. Take care and see you next week.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.